Welcome back student to mathematics channel for class 9. Today we are going to have a new chapter, lines and angles. This is part 1 today, and today we will be discussing some old topics that will be required for you to complete the class of line and angles. So today we are going to discuss basic terms and definitions, pairs of angles, intersecting line and non-intersecting line. So let us see one by one. So basic terms. Now a part of a line with two end point is called a line segment. We can say a portion of line. Now you know that a line is a combination of points which has got no starting and no end. So it is endless thing. So if we take one part where we can define a start point and an end point. If we define start and end point in a line, then it become a line segment spite of line. Now you can see here that there is one point over here, one point is over here. So 2 points are defined, that is one is starting and one is ending. So this becomes a line segment. Again, a part of line with one end point is called ray. That means here we will not have two ends. Now here you can say here is a starting point but no ending point, endless. So you can start from one place but it will not end, it will be known as a ray. Now when we denote something in mathematics, each and every letter or word that we have should be a meaningful thing. So a line segment is denoted by a bar on the starting and end point name. See, A and B are the name of the two end point. Like if this is A and if this is B, then what happens? A and the line segment AB will be defined as AB bar over it, and the length is denoted by simple AB. The length of A and B is denoted by simple AB. The ray AB is denoted by similar way. The AB, if it is ray, arrow will be there. You can see arrow is there in spite of two terminating lines. Here one arrow is there, so it is known as. But length will again be same. Length of both will be there, but see, length if you are going to denote, but in ray there will be no length, as if the line is not ending, so no length will be there. Only length of a line segment is there. Again, if you want to denote a line, so line is denoted by two ended arrow line. Then both end are arrow. So both end are arrow means there is no ending of the line. Again, the next point is, if three or more point lies on the same line, they are called collinear point. That means if we are taking any three or more lines and all the lines are part of a single straight line, then it is called, or we can say not straight, another line, then it is called collinear points. Generally we take straight line, so we say it collinear points, and if they are not on the same line, then they are called non-collinear point. You can see here. Now if it is a curved line, then also you can say this is a collinear because it is on the curve. But if you put another point here, if it is a point over here or another line is there, 2 points or 4 points are there, so these points will not be known as collinear point. And generally if we talk in mathematics, we just deal with the straight lines. So in a straight line, they will these are all the 3 points are collinear, and in these are not collinear points for a straight line. Again, angle. What is angle? We know angle is formed when two rays originate from the same end point. That means the beginning point of two rays are same point, then the angle is formed. The rays make an angle are called arm. The rays, that means when the two arms makes an angle, both the rays are called arms. And the place on or the point where two rays originates is called vertex. Let me show you with example. Now you can see one ray, another ray. Now you can see here common point. So here this area, this particular slant is known as angle. This one and this one, these two lines are called arms, and the point where two rays are meeting is called vertex. So these two rays are arms. The angle is this one is this angle, and it is the vertex. So these are the main definition that we should be aware of. Now we will be discussing some angles. See, we know that there are different type of angles. So first, acute angle. So what is acute angle? The angle which is between 0 to 90 degree is called acute angle. Here x is an acute angle. So if the value of x is greater than 0 and less than 90, it is an acute angle. Again, right angle means right angle. If the angle is of just 90 degree, it is called right angle. Now be aware that whenever you are denoting a right angle, it is not shown as curved line, it is shown as a rectangular type of line, that is straight lines. So the notion for right angle is this one. So whenever you denote any right angle, just use this type of denotion and not a curved type of denotion. Obtuse angle. Now obtuse angle, just angle above 90 degree but less than 180 degree. Above 90 degree and less than 180 degree. Now you can see this angle, it is called obtuse angle. So whenever you angle is given, just calculate that is this angle greater than 90 or less than 180. If it is that, then it will become an obtuse angle. Straight angle. Now if angle is just making, if 3 points are making just straight line, and then the angle made by the two segment, like this two segment, and this is the middle point. So it is this ray and this ray are meeting at this vertex, and if you see that this become a line now. So this type of situation is said that the angle is of 180 degree. So we always say a line has a 180 degree angle. Reflex angle. Now the angle greater than 180 degree are known as reflex angle. You can see here the angle greater than. If you measure this side, so whenever an angle is made, there are two angle made whenever we when two rays mix. One is internal angle and one is external angle. So internal angle, that means generally we say the smallest angle of the part which is inside. So this if you are taking this one as inside, this is called internal angle. Another angle is called external angle. So whenever two lines meet and one angle is reflex angle, another will be definitely a right angle, acute angle. Now other type of angles, if sum of two angles are 90 degree, they are called complementary angle, and if sum of two angles are 180 degree, they are called supplementary angle. So to remember this sum, you should remember that C is an alphabet which come before and S come after. So we can say C is smaller than S, and so complementary is smaller than supplementary. So 90 and 180, if you remember, so complementary angle is smaller than supplementary angle. So here we will be discussing more how there are certain confusions in complementary and supplementary angle. Like supplementary angle, if we are saying that two angles, so if the one angle we are making as 45 degree, so another angle which is also of 45 degree is called supplementary angle of this one. Why? Because if we add these two, sum is becoming 90 degree. Similarly, if we are making an angle of 75 degree, so its supplementary angle will be 15 degree, because sum of these two angles are becoming 90 degree. Similarly, if the angle is 75 degree, then if we want to calculate the supplementary angle, the supplementary angle will be how much? 105 degree. Why? Because 75 plus 105 makes 180 degree. Now again remember, complementary and supplementary angle, that doesn't means both angle on the same line. They may be at different location, different places also. So it is not necessary that both the line are on the same line. We'll come to this, we will discuss this point later on also. So here we are on the same point, adjacent angle. What are adjacent angle? If two angles have a common vertex, that means vertex is common, and one common arm, a common arm, that means one common arm, and their non-common arms are on different side of common arm. That means the non-common arm is on different side of common arm. Then it is called adjacent angle. Let me again show you with example. Here you can say there is an angle. We can say there is a point A, B, C and D. If we have got 4 points, then there are many angles forming ABD, DBC, ABC. These all angles are being formed. So now which will be known as adjacent angle? So as per definition, there is a common. So if we are taking angle ABD, and DBC, so this angle and this angle, in both the angles you can say this is the common line. This is common line, or you can say the ray is common. And non-common, which are the non-common? AB and BC, both are non-common rays of this angle, and both are on the different side. You just see that this is common, so the AB is on upper side and BC is on the lower side of this angle. So both are not on the same side. In other words, we can say if the angles forming are on different side of the common arm, Now this is the common arm. So one angle is forming here and one angle is forming here. So both the angles are being formed in the different side of, or we can say the opposite side of the arm, then it is adjacent angle. Now one example let us take. Here this is angle ABC, and if you are taking angle ABD, so here also you can find this is common arm, but here both the angle are forming on the same side of the common arm. So these angle will not be called adjacent angle. Clear? These angle will not be called adjacent angle. Okay, and one more thing, whenever two angles are adjacent, so the sum of two angles will be same. Sum of two angles will be same as the angle made by their non-common arm. So what is the non-common arm of this one and this one? So the angle this one is equal to sum of this angle and this angle. So if we add two angles, we will get this angle. So this is the statement saying that when two angles are adjacent, then their sum is always equal to angle formed by two non-common arms. So these are the things, very important points that you should remember. It will be used later on. So we can write. So this type of things will be written in later in the proving something in this area. Now again let us if non-common arm B and BC form a line. Now here we say, now here you can say there are two adjacent angle ABD and DBC. So here non-common arms are AB and BC. These are non-common arms. So if two non-common arms are making total angle of 180 degree, they are forming a angle of 180 degree, or we can say a straight line, then in this case both the angle, that means the angle formed here, that means this angle and this angle are together called linear pair of angle. Linear pair. Remember, linear pair. So sum of two angle is here is 180 degree. So you may confuse here with the supplementary angle. Now here one angle is supplementary of another. This angle is supplementary of this one. This angle is supplementary of this one. But at the same time, both angle are linear pair. Now why they are linear pair? Because Beside being supplementary, there is one more common property, that both the angles are adjacent angle. So for becoming a linear pair, the both angles should be adjacent and their sum should be 180, or we can say they also should be supplementary angle. So the two conditions should meet for becoming a linear pair. The angle should be supplementary and the angle should be adjacent. Both the conditions should be there. Understand? So you can always say in a linear pair, the angles are also supplementary angle, but the supplementary angle need not to be a linear pair. The supplementary angle need not to be a linear pair, but linear pair angles are always supplementary angle. Remember this one. Again, vertically opposite angles formed when two lines intersect each other. Now here you can say there is a line AB and CD. So if both line meets at a point O, now here they are meeting at the point O, so it is called that both the lines are intersecting one another. Now if both the lines are intersecting one another, what is happening? There are four angles forming. You can see one angle, this one angle, two angle, three angle, and four angles are being formed. So now four angles are being formed. Here technical word is given, angle opposite to one another. Now this angle and these angles are called vertical opposite angle. Okay. Similarly, this and this angle will be called vertical opposite angle. So there are two pair of vertical opposite angle whenever two straight line intersect each other. There are two pairs of vertical opposite angles when two straight line intersect each other. Now in this case you can see here angles written which are AOD, that is AOD, this is AOD, COB, this is COB, this is COB, this is AOD, this is COB, one pair is this one, another pair AOC, this is AOC, and this is DOB. So this is the second pair of vertically opposite angle. So you will have to remember the name vertically opposite angle. Whenever the term is used vertically opposite angle, you will automatically have to understand which angle is being mentioned. Again, a line can extend indefinitely in both directions. That is clear. We know that whenever we denote a line, the two arrows are given on the both ends. That means the line is not ending. It may be extended to any infinite length. There is no end point for that. So here I have taken two lines. Both are lines and there is no end of that. When two lines meet at a point, then it is called intersecting line. Now here you can say if this is line L and this is line M, so L and M are meeting at this point. Let us say call it O. So O is the intersecting point. What? Intersecting point, and L and M are called intersecting lines. One line is intersecting another. Next, when two lines never meet at any point. Now you can see here these two lines never meet. Never meet means the distance between two lines is always same. Now how we calculate the distance? The shortest length or the shortest distance between the two lines is called the actual distance between the line. Now why? Because we can find the distance from here to here also. We can find distance from here to here also. We can find distance from here to here also. But these will not be called the distance between two lines. The shortest distance. In other way, we can say if you draw a perpendicular line, one line from one line to another, then that particular length is called shortest distance generally, and it is also called length of the or distance between two lines. You can see here clearly. And distance between two parallel lines is always same. Like railway track, you see always there is the same distance. If you try to know the end point of the line where the line is meeting, you will not get any point where the line is meeting. So they are known as parallel lines. So two set of lines you should again remember: parallel line and intersecting line. Intersecting line means two lines either meet or two lines never meet. So if two lines meet, they are intersecting line. If two lines never meet, they are called parallel line. Thank you. So today we will be discussing only this basic definition. From next class onwards, we will be start taking this statement and start proving it. That means in the last videos we have done the some special notes or definition that need not to be proved. They are taken as granted. But now we will start proving the statements, and they are known as theorem. Thank you for today. Have a nice day.